Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing great. So in today's video, I wanted to give you a little sneak peek into my life as a freelance writer. This video is going to be a day in the life of a freelance writer living in London. I have quite a few different jobs, so I'm technically a part-time baker and a part-time freelance writer ish, if you can classify those as so. So I work at a bakery about 2 to 3 days a week. Depending on the week, there can be a lot of orders or there can be not very many orders, which means less days at the bakery and more days as a freelance writer. So I have a few different things planned for today. I am about to head to the gym. So I'm basically just going to take you along my day today and show you everything that I get up to. Right now it's about 9:30 a.m. On days where I'm working from home, I always go to the gym around 9 to 10 a.m. because that's when the least amount of people are there, and I hate going to a crowded gym. And as a freelancer, I don't really have any set schedule, so I can go to the gym whenever I want. I can set my own schedule and my own day, which I really like. In the clips before, you saw me working on a freelance project. I woke up around 7 a.m. and I was working on a sample proposal template kind of thing for an interview that I have on Friday, which is 3 days from now. So I'm currently looking for more freelance jobs as I only have one at the moment. If you saw my last video, which was about a year ago or a little bit over a year ago, I was doing quite a few freelance writing jobs. I had maybe 3 to 5 clients at any given time. Right now I only have one, and I've worked with this guy for about 2 years now. He runs a Canadian personal finance blog. For him, my job is kind of different from a traditional writer. I basically write outlines to help freelancers write articles. So I do a lot of SEO and keyword research. I make these subheadings, keywords, outlines, everything to do with that. So my goal today is to do 5 hours of that. I already completed 1 hour. So when I come back from the gym, I am going to get started on that. I'm also learning Spanish. I have a 15-day streak on Duolingo at the moment, and I bought a few Spanish learning books, and I'm really trying to improve my Spanish. I know just a little bit because we moved to Nicaragua last year, and I learned a little bit of Spanish while moving through the different Central American countries, but I'm planning a trip to Costa Rica and Nicaragua next February, and my goal is to be able to speak conversational Spanish with people there. So I have about 6 months for that. It's September now. I have 7 months to learn Spanish. I think I can do it. So here's a brief rundown of what I have planned for my day. I'm gonna go to the gym for about an hour, come back around 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and then get back to work by 12. I need to do 4 more hours of my freelance Canadian personal finance blog job, and then I want to do a little bit of Spanish learning, and I also have plans to create a blog of my own. So I want to make a travel blog, and I want to do a bit of research and get started on that. Hopefully get it up and running today, but I really don't think I'll have the time for it because at 4:30 I am leaving to go have dinner with a friend, and then that will be that. But anyways, I'm gonna get to the gym now, and I will talk to you guys when I come back. So I'm back from the gym. That was a great workout. I'm gonna make myself a protein shake because it is very important to have protein after your workout, apparently. I really don't know the science behind that, but yeah, protein shake time. I'm using this protein, not sponsored at all, but this is the only protein that I have tried that doesn't taste like absolute garbage. The only vegan protein that I've tried that doesn't taste like absolute garbage. This is Protein World chocolate vegan protein. It's 11:49 a.m. now, and I am gonna get started on the 4 hours that I have left for my Canadian personal finance job for writing outlines. If I didn't explain it properly before, I basically write outlines for freelancers to write articles. That can sound kind of confusing, but what it basically is that I do SEO and keyword research. I see the main topics that people are searching for right now, and incorporate those keywords in the outlines, make headings, subheadings, meta description, URL, everything you need kind of to create a amazing blog post that people will search for, and so that you'll rank in the Google search. I'm on Upwork right now because I'm responding to somebody who responded to my proposal. So I've been looking for some new freelance jobs because I haven't been working at the bakery very much. I only work there 2 or 3 days a week, and last week was very, very slow since it was the end of summer. So I need another source of income. What I've realized is that, you know, as a freelancer, part-time, full-time worker, I'm not really entirely sure what my role is, but as a freelancer, as someone who kind of has a 0-hour contract, you can't really rely on one source of income, because that job could just get cut, or your hours could get cut, or there could just be, you know, even in a bakery, there could just be not very many orders one week, and so you won't make a lot of money. What I've realized this past week is that I need to get more income streams and do a bit more freelance work, because the Canadian personal finance job I have is capped at 50 hours a month, which is fine. It gives me a substantial amount of income, but not enough to survive off of. So I decided that I kind of want to get back into freelance writing, editing, proofreading, everything in the realm to do with writing and editing. So last week I was on Upwork. I used almost all of my connects. Connects are basically what you use to apply to freelance jobs on this website. I applied to a bunch of jobs, probably over 10, and I haven't heard back from any of them. Any fellow freelancers out there, do you have the same experience that I do? Like, have you found that on Upwork or whatever freelance site you're on right now, that it's a lot harder to get jobs and there's a lot more competition than there was just a few years ago? But what I've found is that I applied to maybe like 10, 20 jobs, and I've heard back from 2 or 3 people, which isn't that bad. At least I'm hearing back from people. But when I was a freelancer a little over a year ago, in my day in the life of a freelance writer video, I had at least 3 to 5 clients at any given time. I was a little bit more successful, but that was because I was full-time doing it. Any fellow freelancers out there, have you had a struggle with getting clients or getting jobs or running out of connects on Upwork or any other platform? Let me know how it is like to be a freelancer and what you guys do down in the comments. I would love to know. I would love to get advice from any fellow freelancers. Right now, somebody messaged me about my proposal that I sent about a writing job, a content writing job for a tech company. So I'm just going to respond to that, and then I'm going to do my 4 hours for the Canadian personal finance job. Right now it is almost 12 p.m. By 4 p.m. I'll be done that, and then I will have a little bit of time to learn Spanish before I have to leave for today. And what I've decided on this video, I think I'm going to do a few days in my life as a freelance writer, because Friday I have an interview for a podcast media company, something along those lines. They reached out to me on Upwork, and I would basically be managing a team of writers and editors and stuff like that. I'll bring you along on the journey, see how the interview goes. I'm gonna get started on my work, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, so I'm done my freelance work for the day. I did the 5 hours. It was kind of a struggle. I'm the type of person who does not like sitting in one spot doing one job for hours at a time. So I do my best to try and break it up, but I just sat through like 3 hours straight of doing that, and yeah, it's getting to me. Anyways, that's done. I have to leave in about 15-20 minutes to go catch the bus and the train to go meet my friend. But before I do that, I wanted to do a bit of Spanish learning. So I am using this book. It's called Ollie Richard's Short Stories in Spanish for Beginners, Volume 1. Basically how it is that every tiny chapter has like 3 or 4 pages of a story, and it highlights the difficult words in bold, and then it has a vocabulary list at the back. and it has comprehension questions. So I really liked reading the first story, which I did yesterday. I like wrote all over it. I feel like reading and writing and speaking, especially in Spanish or in any language, is like the best way to learn it. So besides doing Duolingo, I have been doing this. And I really enjoyed it so far. I picked up this book at a book sale called 66 Books, but I will do a video about that. But I went to a massive book sale and I got this for like 70% off the cover price. I don't even know how much it was, maybe £3-4, but I think that it's worth it, and there's tons of stories in here. The reason why I want to learn Spanish is because in February I'm going to take a trip to Costa Rica and Nicaragua, and I'm not sure if there will be any other Central American countries thrown in there, but I'm basically going away for 1 month, and my goal is to be able to speak conversational Spanish with people and be able to get by without relying on like Google Translate and stuff like that. So I have about 6 to 7 months to do that. I am confident that I will be able to do it because, you know, as my grandmother said, her famous words, you can do anything you put your mind to, and that is absolutely true. You can do anything. I also picked up another book from that book sale. I normally don't spend money on language learning books like these, but since it was so cheap, I said, why not? So this basically has all of the essential vocabulary that you need to get around in Latin America. I don't know how much I'll be using this book, but I feel like it's good reference to have. The last thing is just Duolingo. So with Duolingo, I got a 2-week free trial and I forgot to cancel it when the date came around. So they ended up charging me for a year's subscription of Duolingo Premium, which wasn't actually that bad. It was £60 for a year versus £10 a month if you're paying monthly. I got a 50% discount on Duolingo, so I feel like it can be worth it. I've heard people say that Duolingo isn't the best way to learn Spanish, but I feel like it keeps me motivated with the streaks and the rewards, and you know, it's kind of like a game, and it's just kind of easy to do every day. Like I do a few lessons every day, and it is really ingraining certain things into my brain, like how to conjugate verbs for plural, certain vocabulary, and I just feel like it's pretty good. I'm kind of doing all of this on a budget. I don't want to pay for classes, I don't want to pay for tutoring, I don't want to pay for anything. I want to learn all of this by myself as free or as cheap as possible. So Duolingo is the only thing that I'm paying for. Oh my god, this plane noise. Anyways, I am gonna do maybe like 15 minutes of reading, and then I'm gonna be on my way to go to dinner. So I'm gonna be a little bit earlier than my friend since he's finishing work at 5. He'll probably get there at 6. It is so nice out in London. It is like 30 degrees right now. It's so hot this week. It's so weird because for most of the summer, London did not have this nice weather. It was like mid-20s max, low 20s every day, even in the teens sometimes. So I'm surprised that it's good weather. It's a heat wave. It's really freaking hot, but I mean, I don't want to be stuck inside all day. That's why I'm leaving early today to go enjoy the good weather. So it's a love-hate relationship being a freelancer. What I love is that I can schedule my days to what I want to do. I can generally choose my own hours. I can generally do as many hours as I want or as little hours as I want, depending on the contract. I get to go out and enjoy days like this. Go see my friends. I get to leave a little bit earlier. I'm not confined to the 9 to 5, which I love. And then on the downside is just like, I don't like working from home. I don't like sitting at a desk at one place doing the same thing over and over again, which some of my contract work is. But I mean, it's give and take. There are ways you can get around it. You can time block your day. I mean, I could be going and working in cafes, but I feel like it's just so much easier to just work from home, get it done with, and then go about my day. Anyways, I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna get going, and the next time I talk to you guys will probably be on Friday. So as I said, this is a 2 days in my life as a freelance writer because I believe I have an interview scheduled Friday. It's not confirmed yet. I'm working from home again on Friday. So I will, oh my god, the cat. So I will catch up with you then. Yeah, let's get reading. Desde el aeropuerto hasta el centro de Barcelona. That was a mouthful. Oh my goodness. It is so hard to pronounce some of these words. If you guys have any tips for learning a new language, please let me know. I would love any tips, love any ideas. So it is now Friday and plans have completely changed. I actually went to work at the bakery today because I got called in kind of last minute, and I really appreciate the extra hours. Like, any hours I can get from the bakery, I will definitely work them. So I just came home. It is so hot in London right now. There's a heat wave for the first week of September and it's insane. But I'm about to go on a run and have a really chill Friday night. And if you guys want, you can come along with me during the weekend because I have some really fun stuff planned Saturday and Sunday, and I plan to film a weekend in my life vlog, a little weekend out in London. Just gonna enjoy the last of the summer weather and see what I get up to. But this is gonna be the end of the video. As you can see, working at both a bakery and being a freelancer has a completely weird schedule that I can manage, sometimes not myself. So I can plan my entire week and it can get interrupted just like that. Things can change. It is what it is, and I don't really mind that as long as I'm working and making money. That's fine. That was a day in my life of a freelance writer living in London. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos like this, and click that bell icon to get notified every time I post a video. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.